Let me be clear. If I was so good at my job, my partner wouldn't have taken her life. That's not just incorrect, it's dangerous. And frankly, it's an oversimplification of a complex situation that doesn't serve you or anyone else at all. It's so important to stop thinking like that because it's not about somebody failing. It's not about somebody not being good enough. When somebody takes their own life, and mental illness in general, it's not something that can be solved by doing more. No matter how much love or care that you gave, no matter how good of a partner or a parent or a friend you were, this was an illness that overtook them. And it's an illness that has a mind of its own, just like a physical disease. You can be the most skilled doctor in the world, but you can't always save someone whose illness is too far gone. This kind of thinking is playing the what if game, and it's making people blame themselves. They'll say, like, what if I had done this differently? What if I'd been better? But here's the reality. It's not what if, it's even if. Even if someone had done everything perfectly, even if someone had been the best partner, friend, parent, child, whatever, the outcome would very likely still be the same. That's because mental illness doesn't work like a normal problem. It doesn't respond to perfect care or love. This is about a person struggling with an illness that prevents them from seeing the truth, that they are loved, that things can get better, and that they have a future. And let me break it down further. Let's say somebody gets diagnosed with a terminal illness like cancer. No matter how much the people around them love them or how well they take care of them, they don't have control over the disease. You can't cure it with love. Mental illness is no different. It's just as serious and as overpowering as any physical illness. So asking what if is irrelevant. You need to focus on the even if. Even if you had done everything perfectly, it still might not have been enough to stop their struggle. And that's not your fault, all of you listening. Don't listen to junk like this. You need to take a hard look at the narrative that people like that are telling you. Because the narrative, if I was better, if I was more, it's only contributing to your suffering. And it's making you blame yourself for something that's not your responsibility. The truth is, no matter what you did or didn't do, mental illness doesn't operate on a scale of effort. It operates on its own terms, and that's what you are up against. Now I'm answering you directly, because these kind of comments, these thoughts, they don't affect me, but they affect everyone who hears them. And if you're reading this and you're struggling with similar guilt, which I don't have, let me tell you this, don't let it affect you. Comments like this are ignorant noise. Don't give them meaning. Don't allow them to define you. They don't reflect reality. They don't serve any purpose other than to keep you stuck in a cycle of guilt and pain. You cannot afford to internalize something that isn't true. Feelings of guilt, of hopelessness, they're not facts, they're emotions. And emotions come and go. What you're feeling now does not define you. The idea that you could have somehow fixed this by being different is a lie. It's nothing but a narrative created by the pain of loss, and it serves no one to keep holding on to it. It doesn't change the reality of the situation, I get it. And it doesn't honor the person you lost, understand that. If you're struggling with this, or if you've heard somebody else say something like this, don't give it any meaning. It's just noise. Don't let it consume you. You are not to blame. If you were, you wouldn't be on TikTok, you'd be in prison. And even if you were the best partner, parent, friend, whatever, the most loving support system, this illness may still have claimed them because it was more powerful than anything you or anyone else could control. So don't read into it. Stop holding on to the blame because it won't help you heal and it won't bring them back. In the end, no matter what you think you could have done differently, you are not responsible for their illness or their decision while the illness was taking over. You loved them, you were there, and that is enough. The rest, it's just noise.